Hey gang, welcome to the next installation of MK Talk. I'm Greg Medford, and I'll be your host today. We'll be moving around the house. You'll get to spend a little time with Amy at Amy's Angle. Amy and Jenn are going to talk to you about a cool way to approach a gift for a significant female in your life. And then you're going to spend, go 120 with Geoff. He likes this beat, and you get 2 minutes. 120, we call that double entendre. You're going to spend 2 minutes with Geoff going over stuff and his corner of the MKT universe. And I hope you guys have great fun, so stick around, enjoy the show. A lot of work goes into this, believe it or not, and I will see you towards the end of the show where I do a little recap with the former employee, and we talk about what it's like being a knife guy, being a fan of what we do here, coming on board as an employee, and then leaving under the absolute best of terms, and the friendship with me and the arc of learning and all of that. So it's all smashed into a great episode today. I'll be like the cleanup hitter coming around towards the end of the lineup. Enjoy the show and welcome back.
Hey guys, jump in, going 120 with Geoff. I'm going to be covering a host of topics on MK Talk, from current events, production updates, new business development, Centurion Club and Medford University, and a host of other topics. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, are you looking for the perfect thing for the woman in your life? Stick around later. Jen and I are going to show you exactly what that is.
Hey guys, I'm Geoff. I'm head of sales and business development here at Medford Knife. I know many of you I've spoken to over the phone and some through our Centurion events and email. I want to let you know a little bit more about what my role entails and how I can help you best. If you want to place a dealer order, help place a new customer order or customize a knife, discuss Medford University, the benefits of our Centurion Club, and perhaps any of the special offerings we may have in place. The best way to reach me is either through our phone number here, 623-249-4506, or my email, which is jeff@medfordknife.com. It's probably not best to reach me through either IM, DM, BM, scratch your balls, Medford Live, Medford Dead. Just either call or email. That's the best way you can reach me and the best way I can serve you.
Jen, I love Jen's knife. Now, I haven't carried an Eris yet, but it's probably the most feasible, comfortable, cute, unoffensive, classy, refined tool that you can carry and will use every day. Because you use it every day,
I use it
right?
every day.
What do you use it for?
I cut open candy. I cut open the mail. Packages. We get packages from Amazon.
Yeah.
I know the guy by the first name. So, yeah, everything.
Yeah. First day at school, went back to the laundry room. I have 30 new items for the kids, and I'm cutting tags up. And I used to use my teeth, and now I use my knife. After you get her the knife and present it to her, you say, okay, honey, here's the deal. You got to carry it for 30 days.
30 days.
30 days, use it, carry it. Don't put it in your purse. Don't put it on your nightstand. Don't put it next to your jewelry. Put it in a pocket. Carry it in the pocket. If you have yoga pants on and you're going to work out, put it on your own. You take it off when you do squats or leave it on and carry the darn thing and use it. She'll go, my Lord.
What would I have done without
I
the knife?
use it all the time.
Every day.
So that's our challenge to you. You want your wife to understand your stuff? Get her something that she'll use, that she'll carry, and then she'll go, my Lord. Now the biggest problem is going to be, not only is she going to have 30 shoes in her closet, she's going to have 10 knives just like you do. And now you have a bigger problem.
My friend Jason Langston. Jason, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Good. Glad to be here.
So, I guess one of the things people always ask me is, what do you think are the 3 most important traits for guys sitting in that room, having sat there recently and having spent weeks there cranking on the craft? What are the 3 most important traits? Number 1.
Patience.
Number 1 most important thing is patience. Number 2.
A mechanically inclined.
You gotta have great mechanical horse sense.
Got to have something.
Number 3.
To figure stuff out. Troubleshooting.
Because what percentage of the time out of 100 knives would you put it together and you're done? You just put it together, done.
What percentage? 0.01.
Like 0.
0. Yeah.
I mean, even a perfect knife, you put it together and it's 20 minutes of.
You still have to take off
the
the assembly hardware and stuff like that, no matter what. So it's always going to be.
It's a build up. It's a tear down. It's a washer lap. It's a clean and grease. It's this. It's that. It's the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's definitely right out of the gate, no matter what, a perfect slap together, everything's good, this and that, blah blah blah. It's still going to take you, a good 30 minutes maybe.
How long does it take you to take apart an existing knife that's done, finished, and take it all apart and put it all back together to the new standard?
And it's all final and everything?
It's final, done, dry, Loctited, done knife, and it needs to be completely torn down and put back together. How long does that take? Back to final standards again.
10 to 15.
10 to 15, you can take it all down, clean it all up, Loctite it, hardware, put it all
If everything
back
else
together.
is final and you've already got the center,
If everything's fine.
perfect, then 10 to 15.
Okay.
And
So a brand new knife that's just been sitting in the drawer for 6 months that you get, and I say, hey, refine all this, make sure it's good. It would take you 15 minutes to tear it all down and put it all back together? Okay, that's not too bad.
I mean, that's with nothing else that you discover along those lines, because you and I both know that putting final hardware on a knife for some odd reason jinxes it. So, you know.
What's the most challenging part of the job? Number one most mind-numbing, challenging, maddening thing of the job?
Getting the numbers at the end of the day, and still wanting to make sure that quality is the main objective that comes out of that room outside of quantity.
Okay.
So it's a very hard thing to find that happy medium.
What's the hardest part of knife making?
Well, for me, honestly, sometimes it seemed like just obtaining certain information and remembering if I didn't write it down, or writing down the right things or writing down the wrong things would kind of mislead.
So the skill set required for the judgment making.
Yeah.
There's a lot of judgment required, huh? How many times did you go to Casey or myself and say, hey, what should I do with this? And the answer was completely different than you expected.
Between the two of you?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably 50%.
Like, you know, and you were around making knives. How long were you here for? A couple months?
About 4 months almost.
4 months?
Yeah.
So in 4 months, what you thought was the right answer to fix something 50% of the time was not quite the right answer.
Right, or there'd be a different way of doing doing it. And
crazy, huh?
Yeah, and so, and Casey's, Casey's been here in the assembly room longer than anybody else too.
Yeah.
And he's
made a lot of knives.
right. What's always funny is when I would ask him about something, and he would say, "Yeah, I want to hit up Greg on that," and I'd go see you and be like, "Well, you need to hit up Casey." You know, it was always interesting.
Well, you know, there was always this thing like Casey knows a few ways of doing it. So
Right.
like, check with Greg on how he wants that done now.
Right.
And I'm like, well, just go with whatever we've agreed at, what's most current.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, you know, Casey's made way more knives than I have. He's a really good knife maker, as you know.
Right.
And he was still like, what do you think?
Right.
You know, we kind of.
And he's still a human being. You know, I used to help inspect knives, and Casey would have his bad days too, and you could tell. You know.
Oh fuck yeah! Because I'm the one who's inspecting. And I go, all right. You know, we start. You know, because I take. You know, I'm keeping metrics on everything. I'm like, how many passed? How many failed? Who made how many? What got done today? And that's the hardest thing for most people, in my opinion, is the unrelenting nature of no matter how good a day you had yesterday,
right.
Today is going to kick your teeth in if you fuck around.
Yeah.
There is no room, no bandwidth for not being absolutely needle on the record.
Yeah,
if you're a little off your game, the whole day gets shot.
And that's if I had to add something to those three, or one would definitely be an attitude. Would be the right attitude going in there, because if it's negative, or if your feet off of anything else, if you have a bad experience with one build, you got to be mature enough to.
You also have I think you have to have like a very, very indomitable spirit to make it in the room. You got to have a very much kind of a boot camp spirit, because you're like, okay, well, I got my teeth kicked in yesterday, or that run kicked my ass, but I got to perform on this. I got to make it happen, because that, like I said, it's like that old Eddie Murphy, the one where he was Eddie Murphy Raw, and he's another. What have you done for me lately? It's like, okay, well, that was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. So what's the number?
Yeah.
And the underlying presumption is always, okay, you're making fucking world-class epic quality. How many did you get done today?
And that was a big thing for pressure for me too, was my appreciation for that knife. So I didn't never want anything to be a kickback or.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how much.
Still got kickbacks, huh?
Still got kickbacks.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes just like when you're looking for something, your car keys or something, and you ask somebody else and they go right to it, and you look there 4 times. So it's a different set of eyes. And
so what's your advice you would give some dude who's thinking about coming to work for Medford Knife and Assembly? What would you,
keep applying elsewhere. I'm kidding.
Nice.
No, but you know, don't come into a place regardless of
You're
what
gonna
you're
fucking edit that out, right?
don't come into a place with regardless of your background and history. You got to be open-minded. You got to have a great attitude. You got to be optimistic about whatever's coming in. And for knife making in general, I guess, you know, for a company like this and for what it stands for, know what it stands for, and get to learn that about this company, because it'll help you, you know, persevere and stuff like that.
You know what's funny to me is how many guys, by just geography and a background of maybe they worked on race cars with their dad,
right,
end up working here, and they don't realize what they've stepped into, and they start researching it, and they come talk, you know, they start finding out,
right,
or they tell somebody, oh, I work for Medford. They go, you work for, you know, like, what?
Right.
And they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. How'd you get that? And they're like, God, it's just a job making shit.
Right.
And then they go looking around, they go, holy smokes. And then they come in and like, hey, I really didn't know, you know, I just applied to the job. You know, and then they start like holding the piece like, you know, like it's the Shroud of Turin, you know. But it's funny how many people just end up here by geography. It's close enough to home, and I don't want to drive to Tempe, or I don't want to drive to Ahwatukee to do manufacturing. Yeah. And they end up working for us, and then they get schooled up on the product.
Yeah, that room is definitely and I haven't worked everywhere else, you know, in the shop, you know, but I think that's probably one. It's got to be a pretty tight fit in there. It can't be just a matter of that person's a good knife maker or not too. It's got to be everybody in there is working with each other day in and day out every single day. So relationship and being able to, it's got to be a click. And that is a click in there. The way it is right now, it's the most interesting I've seen it since I've been working at Medford Knife. Right. It is fascinating. How do you think this whole experience impacts your outlook on being a knife lover and knife collector of knives? Well, it's the same as it was probably even after my first or second week here, working on knives, because there's a lot of, you have a lot of customers, and you know, and even up until the event where we had the Centurion event where everybody came out, I think everybody that was here truly got a good appreciation for what it entailed, and that was mine after my second week. Like these knives were easily, I felt like they were worth every penny that was spent.
It's crazy, right?
Right, because regardless of how much titanium costs, regardless of parts, regardless of any of that, just the labor itself, you know, on days that, you know, one knife maker puts together 4 or 5 knives and that's it. And just that in itself was
crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. So it's definitely, it's been a great experience for sure, hands down. 25 years being in another type of business and then coming to this was quite eye-opening.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's been great having you in, and I really appreciate you poking your head down here. Kids are back to school. You're between gigs right now, so you got a little bandwidth. You get your spoon gig going?
Almost.
Almost?
Yep.
You ready to start taking orders?
I already got you back there into my head.
What's that?
I already got you in the back of my head, what you want, what you're looking for.
Oh no, I was talking about, I'm giving you a plug right now, for Christ's fucking sake.
No, not yet.
You're not ready to start taking orders yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a website? Are you going to have a website?
No, what I end up doing is I don't usually do...
I was thinking spoongoon.com.
Spoongoon.com.
Because you're a former jarhead, spoongoon.com. I'm always just thinking about marketing.
So... I'm just kidding, but
I think I bought that on GoDaddy. So if you want, I'll send it over to you.
So I don't usually I never did commissions and stuff like that. I always just because
you just speculatively made it.
Yeah, and I always just sold everything I ever had. So
I recommend you do it that way. Don't take custom orders.
Okay.
Custom.
Right,
orders.
because it helped me enjoy what I did.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the pressure of that, and so yeah. So I do like making cooking spoons, and they sold.
Taking custom orders is like having an 18-inch penis and a girl says, I really would prefer you go down on me. And you go, whoa.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Got a specialty here.
Right.
And I'm going to let you down. I don't want to let you down.
Right.
I'll try my hardest, but I got this groove I've been working for a long time. And I'm getting ready to let you down.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's the same thing with us, you know, like, guys, all right, I saw this thing on Instagram, and I said this thing on Snapchat, and this thing on Knife Butt, and this thing on Ball Folder, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. They send me 26 pictures and say, can you put this together? And I want this color on this. And I go, no, can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it. These are all your knives. I go, I make spec custom stuff for me, and then I just put it up, and if people like it, they can buy it. If not. Because what happens is, some guy screen tints down, and my blue actually looks aqua to him. And then I make a blue the way I remember it, and it's a little more deep sea blue.
Right.
Now the guy's mad at me. It's the wrong blue.
Yep.
And when I hear wrong blue, when a guy says to me, well, this is the wrong blue, all I see is a giant penis in the guy's mouth. I'm just like, that's fucking gay. These are knives. What blue? How important is the blue?
Right.
Now, I get it, but that's why, because I see the big penis in the mouth over this wrong hue of blue, I know I should not do custom knives for people because I'm gonna let them down. Because I'm like, they're like, well, this titanium screw's at the wrong angle. They should all be lined up. And I go, all I see is just a big penis in their mouth. And I go, that's fucking gay, man.
It's it takes away. I mean, any type of enjoyment that you've ever had about making something or creating something on your own. To me, anyway. And
here's the best part: same guy. I make some cookie knife with like a dragon on it, smoking a cigar. So he's like, I love it. It's perfect.
Right.
So if I bust my hump making 24 Praetorians in a month, just me, my my custom input, my composition, I might as well make 24 that I dig because probably the same 20, but the same dude who loves the one of the dragon smoking a cigar sitting on the toilet, like that guy, when he orders his custom knife, it's gonna have purple stripes, and he's got, well, I thought the purple was gonna be like Barney, and and then I'm like, so that's just me. It's my own shortcoming. It's my fault. It's what's wrong with me. So when I don't do custom knives, I'm protecting people from me, which is, let's not do this back and forth because I can't guess what's in your head, and I also can't at any given time make titanium the exact color that you're visualizing from college. It's a little maddening.
Just like the Vulcan finish and stuff like that. You can't. It's beautiful, but it's not consistent. You can't.
People are like, well, I see you doing Vulcan. I thought you didn't do that anymore. I go, well, I do Vulcan for me.
Right.
They go, well, but I won't pay. I go, no, you won't, because what happens is 3 out of 5 are gray and cloudy, and you want Canyon to shade.
Right. You want the red tip on it.
With red. And I'm like, man. So so it's maddening for me sometimes. I'm just like, oh my God. Well, listen, great having you in. We'll have you back again.
Okay.
And I don't know, anything else you want to? Let me know when you get Spoon Goon going, because we'll promo that for you. Okay.
Right on.
All right. Well, anyways, from MK Talk, Greg, Medford, Jason, Langston, and a couple of knife nerds, and we'll see you guys around campus.